see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream.
Happy Homebrew Wednesday. It's been a minute. It is matter of fact, Happy New Year and Happy Homebrew Wednesday. This is my first Homebrew Wednesday video of 2020, and to do this, I have a very special homebrew review to do here of a collaboration between Rec Brewery and the Dean's List on Gose Cuervo. Gose Cuervo. Got the caps. And as you're gonna see, I may have already snuck a taste on these things. So let's go ahead and get into these things. So while I'm opening this up, I'll kind of talk a little bit about the beer. I talked to Matt, and we had decided we wanted to do a collaboration, and I kind of had the hankering, I don't know why, in November or December to do a Gose. I'd never brewed one before. I like Goses, and for some reason I just started thinking, hey, what could we do that would be cool? Oh, I know, we could do a Gose. That'd be kind of fun because it would be like, make it taste like a margarita, right? So that's what we did. And they surprisingly came out very close from what I remember. So now normally I drink these in a so I got to remember which one this is. So this is Dean's List on this one, and Rec Brewery on this side. So as you can tell, they look just about the same. I mean, almost exactly the same. Poured mine a little bit earlier, so both the heads are. I mean, if you pour them into a frozen glass, you get a lot of head on the stuff. But yeah, they look just about the same. Let me go ahead and just go through this review real quick. I'm getting, on both of these, I'm getting kind of sea salt, a little bit more of lime on mine, but I, put some citric acid in mine. I don't think I put any lime juice in it. Yeah, I think mine smells more limey. There's almost like a slight licorice quality on Matt's, on the aroma. I mean, it's I can tell it's the Gose, it's the same recipe, but it's something in the smell. The Gose recipe, I think we did flaked wheat. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen the recipe. Yeah, I want to say it was flaked wheat we put in here, but I can't remember. I think it's a bunch of Pilsner, some flaked wheat. I'll go back and look later. Probably not going to post it on this video, but I'll talk about it if I screw up the recipe. I don't really remember. I think the hops we used, Sriracha Ace and Mochueca. Yeah, because we wanted a kind of lemon lime kind of punch. And that might be what I'm getting on Matt's, is more of the Mochueca. But anyway, we used acidulated malt to drop the pH from the mash to get down to, like, I forget what the numbers were. Was it like 4.2, 4.9? Hell, I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. All I know is we used acidulated malt to try to drop the pH a little bit. And then we both use sea salt, obviously, and yeah. So, all right, without further ado, they look almost identical. They Smelled pretty close, just a little bit more lime on mine. Oh, and we also use this essence of tequila. It's like a little flavored thing that comes in a bottle. It's not real tequila, but it gives you the essence of tequila. Hence, Goes Cuervo. All right, so let's go ahead and try Matt's first. Yeah, it's nice. Does have the kind of hint of a margarita. It's very nice, man. This would be crushable in a as a summer sipper or summer crusher. Yeah, it goes down really easy, almost too easy. All right, time for mine. Cheers. Yeah, the mouthfeel on these are almost identical. Same kind of light to medium body. Nice, not as normal carbed as I do, but just lower than that, I think, which is a perfect amount for a Goso. I think there's a little brighter quality on mine, a little lighter. Like I said, I can smell more of kind of lime on the nose. I don't know if that's because of the hops or just the way our kettles isomerize the hops, I guess. I think we did all Whirlpool. I don't think we did any or very little hops, if we put any, during the boil. I don't think we put any in the boil. I think it was all in the Whirlpool. Yeah, I'm getting a little more of the sweet note on Matt's, and it kind of, I get the kind of citrus, but I get the kind of slight anise or anise, licorice, kind of black licorice, very slight. Yeah, these are both like super good. I'm probably gonna brew it again during the winter. I mean, I'll brew something like this during the summer, but this has been a really fun experiment. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, thank you, Matt. That's been a fun collaboration. And some of you guys got them, so I guess it'd be interesting to hear what those of you who I sent Goes Cuervo out to, what you guys think about it. And I imagine Matt's will be making the rounds as well. So we had some UK friends down, Alba and Stuart, down for the last, wow, almost 2 weeks, like 12 days or something like that. 12 days of Christmas. And it was a blast. We kind of, exposed them to our Dean family Christmas traditions. Had some really good food. My wife, anytime she cooks filet, gained a lot of weight, which is now I'm on Weight Watcher, so I got to lose a lot of weight so I can keep my hobby going. Yeah, we had some really good meals. We started out by going to the Kennedy Center. I might have some videos.
So who's got the best Dean singing voice?
That dude right there.
Are you the singer?
Logan is the singer.
Very rare.
Hey, Heather. Hi.
Which is very cool.
Say hi. See the Christmas special the night, I think it was, they flew in, stayed with some friends, and then linked up with us the next day and spent 12 days. And so we did the Kennedy Center first, and had this, it was like an orchestra or a concert hall. Then we did Arlington Cemetery. I got to go visit one of my friends who's interred there, hero. So that was special. We got a tour of the Pentagon from one of my good friends who's about to retire from the Army. He gave us the awesome tour of the Pentagon. I mean, I saw things that I hadn't, and I worked there for, 3 years, and didn't see half the things that he showed us, so that was cool. I think they did all the monuments. My wife, so we traded off. Heather got them one day, I got them another day, because I was smoked. I mean, I have flat feet, and I also am not as fast as I was in my young spry days. So we were trading off, and man, it was good exercise, trouncing around. And the weather was really nice, so it was a good time of year to have them down, even though it was December. Let's see what else. We brewed a beer on Christmas Day, me and Stuart, and maybe I'll cut away to some video of that here. Happy Homebrew Wednesday from the Dean's List. This is going to be a special edition because I have a friend all the way from the UK, Stuart, and well, actually he's living in Turkey at the moment, but he's from the UK, and he's going to be helping me brew a Maharaja Imperial IPA. And thank you, Nate, in advance for the recipe. So I think we have just over 19 pounds of grain. I'm starting to heat up the strike water, and we just opened our Christmas presents. It's Christmas Day, so Stuart is, I think, getting a shower. I'm going to get the brew started, and then hopefully we get some good footage. Cheers. All right, happy Homebrew Wednesday. We have Stuart from the UK.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Currently,
First time home brewing.
Currently, he's an expat, but originally from the UK. And today we're going to do Maharaja. And the reason I picked Maharaja, well, one, because it's a British influence. It's an IPA. But it's a really good IPA, and I asked for this recipe from Nate, and he was nice enough to send it to me. So thank you, Nate. It is a very big beer. We're using about 19 pounds of two-row and a little bit of specialty grains. I think it's Munich and Crystal 120, although I'm not sure. And you can see the pre-boil is supposed to be 1081, and the OG is supposed to be, OG is original gravity.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 102. We got a pretty significant amount of Columbus at 60, another ounce and a half at 30. Then obviously we'll do the Werflock because I like my beers nice and clear. And then we won't put anything else in besides the yeast nutrient at 10 until we get to the point where we steep it. We drop it to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, which that'll be fun. Stuart will get to help me out with that. And then we put in a shitload of Centennial and Simcoe, and that is an American calibrated quantity, shitload. I've heard you guys say buttload, I want to say.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
you said shitload.
Yeah, shitload is good.
Yeah,
Good.
shitload is good. So anyway, it is Christmas Day, and we're
Merry Christmas.
happy to, and that's actually interesting because he normally says Happy Christmas. But I think, right? Don't you know?
I think, yeah, happy
Yeah.
or merry doesn't matter.
Yes,
As
yes.
long as it's recognised.
And are you wearing the cool socks?
I'm not yet.
Oh, party
Yeah,
foul,
I do.
party foul. Okay, so let's look at the grain we have. So here's our, almost 20 pounds of grain. Strike water's heating up. We are at just a little over 160. I'm gonna let it get to about 170, and then I'll show Stuart how we do underletting. Now, the bad thing is, he's not gonna be here when this thing finishes out dry hop and we get it kegged. So I'm gonna have to ship Stuart some of this beer.
Yeah, because you've got to taste it if you're gonna brew it.
And I love doing international beer meals. So anyway, it's been a while since I did one, but yeah, here, this one doesn't tell you much because you're not reading the right temperature. But as you can see, Stuart, it dropped to 168 already, and that's about where I want it. And we're just about ready to strike. So anyway, cheers, everybody. I don't know if this works. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we are now starting to sparge. Nice color. Maharaj. Oh, I need to get the hot water coming in. Okay, so we're on the next step. Stuart, you want to explain what we're doing?
I know it's probably best coming from you.
Okay, so we are now sparging into the boil kettle. Nice gold color. And that's supposed to be Maharaj, and that looks about what it should be looking like. Our first running was 1093, and again we're shooting for a 1081. I think we're going to be pretty close based on that.
The brewer's skill, I think.
Yeah, based on those numbers, I think we're going to be okay. So Stuart's having a Star Hill front row gold nail, which I think he likes gold nails.
Very good.
And
Cheers.
then I'm of course doing a Imperial IPA because we're brewing an Imperial IPA, and I think he might move up to that one next. So there you go. Look, it's gone. It just covered. It just covered the. Okay, now we're at top rate. Okay, so we're going to start to boil at 243, and Stuart puts in the first edition of Columbus.
Excellent.
Yeah, now you got it. Good job. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're on camera.
Hey, how are you?
So we're coming up on we're doing our whirlpool right now. We're on the last minute of the whirlpool, and what does it smell like?
It smells amazing.
Yeah, it's
The
gonna be.
hops were really powerful, and I think it's going to be. Colour looks really good. So the only thing is, it's a shame we can't drink it today, really.
Speaking of color, how about those things?
It's Christmas. You got to wear red trousers at Christmas.
That's right. We got Stuart some USA themed socks.
Yeah, they're going to come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially for our game night, right?
Perfect. I
Yeah.
can't wait for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be drinking homebrew, so how much better can that be?
Cheers. Oh, and tell them what style is your favorite style of beer.
Well, I like the golden ales, but I tell you what, I've had some amazing beers these last few days. I'm completely home brew convert.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, Mike, for introducing me to this.
But you were also
Great
talking about the style of real ales.
Yes, we do a lot of real
Yeah.
ales now
Yeah.
in the UK. It's really popular compared to where I live at the moment, Turkey, where it's much more lager based.
Efes, not bad.
Efes is not a bad lager at all,
Yeah.
but you can't compare it to this, and it's been a real privilege. What a great Christmas day! I hope you're all home brewing out there too.
I think we're gonna follow it up today. We're gonna have some filet and I think some Fat Bastard wee heavy. So cheers.
Okay, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to just film Mike in action. I don't know how often he gets to have someone film
No
it
one's
for
ever
him.
seen this, I think.
Okay,
Well, they've seen it, but not seen.
Mike, you have to talk us through it.
See me doing it. So I'm just sanitizing, going into my carboy here, and I found that I don't have to use the pump when I'm going in. I just have to let gravity do the work. So this is the one time where I don't have to use my pump. And I can just leave that sit there and
And what do you say to me?
We're good.
Don't fear the foam.
don't fear the foam. Yep.
It's a new quote of the day.
We have another acronym that we use called DWHAHB. That means relax, don't worry, have a homebrew. Anytime you're like, oh, I messed up, I put in too many hops, or like when you were saying, oh, should we go and I said,
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, relax, don't worry.
Relax, have another
Have a
homebrew.
homebrew.
And we did. We had
We
a
did.
great. We had one of your great margarita beers this
We
afternoon.
had me and Rep Brewery's collaboration, Gose Cuervo.
Oh, superb. With a bit of reminded me of being in the summertime.
Yeah, it wasn't really meant to be a December beer, but
Beer
for
is
some
good
reason, for some
any
reason
time
we
of the
decided to
any time of the year. Beer is
go
good.
so now I'm going to fill up the graduated cylinder so we can get a look at the color, get the gravity sample. Yep. So let that sit and you'll see that after a while. Also, it's a pretty, Maharaja is a pretty dark beer, but once that sets out, you'll see that it's going to be a nice deep golden color.
Cool.
And we were going for 102, so we'll see how
That
close.
was our target there, 102.
Yeah, well actually,
See the whole-
we can check that now and see what we got.
Following around in this great setup down here. The girls are upstairs on Christmas Day.
Because they don't like the smell of hops.
Oh, we've been home brewing.
Yeah, we missed it by a lot. But we're 1093. So that's going to be about a 9.5% beer, I think. 1093, probably about 9.2, 9.5%. I was going for 102. We got 1093. But
So Mike isn't quite as impressed as he thought he would be. I think that's pretty impressive first
that's
time.
going to be a massive beer. We're going to have a blow off too. It's going to be, yeah.
I think if I was that close to my target most times, I'd be
You'd be
pretty
happy.
pretty happy.
Well, it depends on how much it ferments out. We used 147 for our mash temp, so that probably got a lot of starch conversion. So I don't know. We'll see how far it drops down. If it gets to, yeah, that just looks like it's going to be about a 9%. And I probably usually when I do 1077, 1078, I get an 8.7% beer. This is 1093. I mean, I don't know. I think I might still get close to 10%. It'll be a drier version of Mahara, but
Fantastic.
I think I still might get it.
And I can't wait to be to taste it. Unfortunately, I'll be back in Turkey then, so need to work out how we're going to get it over there, imported into Turkey.
We'll do it. We'll figure it out. Hopefully the Turks aren't too strict on their postal.
I suggest you post this YouTube video after
Yes,
we've got
after
it
I
through.
send it. Ah, they won't know. Oh, I do need to.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off for now. Here we go.
Happy
Ciao.
Homebrewers. Okay, so hopefully you saw a good good brew day video there. It was Maharaja IPA. Thank you so much, Nate Pico, for giving me the recipe and that book you found. I found another book that had another recipe. I don't know if it was a newer recipe, but it was slightly different. But I went with the one that was in the book to the letter, and it's in the fermenter now. It's already fermented. It dropped from 1093 down to 1018, so I'm at just right at 10%, which is perfect for Maharaja IPA. And I dropped the dry hops in on Friday. It's now Tuesday. So probably another day or two, and then I'll throw it in the cold crash, and then hopefully this weekend I'll have some Maharaja homebrew, and I'm going to send some to Stuart. Then on Christmas Eve, we did a gambling night, which is one of our favorite things to do here at the Dean's List. Normally, I have my friend Rob who comes down, and he, runs the craps table. He's really good at that. So, and then we'll have a blackjack table and a poker table. Well, Rob is in, Colorado now, so I had to kind of learn up on how to run a craps table, and I was doing fine until those mangy kids. If it wasn't for those mangy kids, I was doing fine until the big rollers came to the table. Oh, no, my camera.
16, 18, 14,
12.
Taylor has a 2.
I mean, I had all the newbies, and I was walking them through, and I was like, play the field, come again, play the field, come again, 5-5, race car driver. I was doing really well. I was hitting all the, and the house was winning. I was taking a lot of chips. I was, breaking a lot of hearts and a lot of wallets. And there was no money. We were just doing chips for prizes and fun. And then the big rollers came over with like all these $100 chips, the black chips, and they started like just putting bets all over the table with complicated bets, and they were trying to rush me, and I just got I'm not a math guy. Doing because you're doing like 9 to 5 odds, 7 to 5 odds, 7 to 6, 3 to 2. I mean, there's all these different odds on the different types of place bets, odds bets, taking the odds, laying the odds, So you got a lot going on in the craps table, and I'm okay when it's small bets, and I can figure out, okay, 3 to 2 odds, he laid down, or she laid down, 12, so, 2 goes into 12, 6, 3 times 6 is 18. So I know you put down 12, I'll give you 18, and that's the 3 to 2 odds, and then there's different, So I'm calculating all this with my head, and, but then when they start coming at me with like multiple 100 chips and 25 chips, and, now I understand why you have to really rehearse payouts so that you don't have to think about the payout. You know what the odds are. You can, I'm kind of geeking out about, casino night because it's really fun. Even though there's no money involved, it's just a lot of fun. It's a very interesting game, understanding all the different dice combinations, and all the different odds. I don't think I have a compulsion to gamble and like lose a bunch of money, so that's fine. I may have done that once when I was lieutenant in Vegas. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. As what goes on in Monte Carlo night at the Dean's List stays Monte Carlo night at the Dean's List. A lot of imbibing going on. I had an Imperial Stout on tap. I had the Perfect Porter on tap. Some of you guys got both of those. And then I had made an IPA that I was calling, it was my pantry IPA. I forget, Pop Quiz. I called it Pop Quiz IPA. It was like, it was a pantry beer I did at the end of the year. Didn't come out. So for the first time in many years, I actually have a commercial beer on tap as my third beer. It's really, really nice one. It's a New England IPA, a local brewery here. And the homebrew shop was awesome and gave me a really good deal because he said, I'm family. I do frequent that place and give them some very good patronage. So got a pretty good deal on a keg there. And it was it was a really fun night. Met some new friends, some friends that Stuart and Alba knew that live here in DC. So we're, got some new friends to hang out with. Anyway, just an all-around good night. And we had a lot of people here from the neighborhood, and they may have been overserved, but everyone had a good time, I think. And yeah, so that was that. And then right after New Year's, we went to, I don't know if you guys have done this, but there's this place called Void. It's like a virtual reality. You put a headset on, you get this little backpack on, and you go in this room and you turn it on, and the one we were doing was Avengers. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting much. I was like, okay, it'll be kind of like, no. It's not like that where you pick that little thing and put your cell phone in the little glasses. No, this thing is legit. You got like earphones, you're talking. So it was me, my son Logan, and Stuart. And so as soon as we put it on, the lights go out and we turn this thing on, we're in a whole new world. And I'm holding up my hands and I'm like doing like this. And I mean, it's all working perfectly in time. It's like no lag or anything. And I felt like Iron Man. You're in these Iron Man suits or whatever. And with the little crystals where you can shoot lasers. And we go into this room, we saw Dr. Strange. I'm telling you folks, it was one of the coolest things I have ever done. It was amazing. And it was only like $34. But you gotta, reserve it like a day or two out because it fills up pretty quick. So I think they've got a Star Wars one, and then they've got a Jumanji one, and then they got the Avengers, and I guess they rotate. So I'm hooked. As soon as I can get my son's ready to go again. My daughter, I'm trying to get her to go. I know she'll love it. So if you haven't done it, it's called The Void. You can look it up on Google. It's really, really cool. Sorry for the free plug, but man, it is really neat. Did I mention how cool it was? It's very cool. So that's that. Then, sadly, we ran out of time with Stuart and Alba, and they had to go back across the pond. However, we did potentially agree to, matter of fact, not potentially, we did signal that we wanted to return the favor and visit them next Christmas over in Europe. So that's something I got to start planning on. So anyway, I consider Stuart my new brother. I mean, he's, Alba's family, and he's now, one of my extended family. So what a wonderful visit. We all just were very sad to part ways. Can you tell I had a good holidays? So now I'm looking forward to 2020. I'm not going to do the year in review just because it's been so crazy around here. I brewed a ton of beer, as all of you know. You've seen my videos. I tried to be pretty good about putting out videos every week. I brewed a lot of beer. I did a couple of experiments, I think. We did the SJ4 challenge. Just missed it, but I am an all-star now, which is cool. And because of that, I realized that because I want to do the experiment, the yeast experiment that the brew tubers are doing, Gary and Exit 12, I think, are kind of heading this up. So I've jumped in for that. I think I'm going to be the control beer in terms of using the regular yeast, and everyone else is going to do derivatives. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the SJ4 challenge, which is going to be earlier in the spring. I get a first round bye now because I'm an all-star, so that's cool. That gives me some time, so I'm not crushing everything up front. So, which was what I was concerned about. So I do love the SJ4 challenge. It's just fun. I mean, this last one kind of drug on a little bit, but I don't think this one will because I'm not gonna have to do all 3 rounds. So that's cool. Yeah, and I think that I'm just looking forward to what I'm going to do for 2020. It's my big 5-0 this year, right? So I got to think what I'm going to do with that. There's this cool beer train in Colorado that sounds like it would be fun. There's, I keep changing up on Heather, I want to do this, I want to do that. And, she's like, oh, we're not going to do, So I got to solidify what I want to do. Right around the time of my birthday is always National Homebrew Convention. Got to figure out if I'm going to do that. That's going to be in Nashville. I don't know. I might, think a lot of things changing. So in the new year. So anyway, I think I've talked long enough. This is going to be a very long video. I apologize up front, but it's to kick off the new year. I'm going to try to be as regular on videos as I was before. I saw that Jake is going to be doing regular videos. That makes me happy. I'd like to see some other folks, Josh Secor and Nate Peacock and Elder. Elder, you need to get some more videos. I love your videos, man. Let's get some more regular videos going on. I saw Josh Allen, I think, popped up a few times, and he might want to do some videos. I don't know. Rec Brewery, I think, is going to be wrecking it this year because he went out with a bang out in 2019, and I think he's going to be coming in hot for 2020. Exit 12, those dudes are like doing some amazing stuff with pressured fermentation, and I could go on and on and on. We're doing a lot of really cool stuff. We had this discussion towards the end of the year about was the brew tubers over their zenith, if that's the right word, the precipice or the high water mark or whatever it is. I think we're just getting started. I see a lot of interest. I see a lot of activity, a lot of chatter. Let's get the chat groups going again. I think there's going to be a lot of brewing this year, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'm gonna enter in a buttload of competitions this year. I just missed the midwinter. I missed the deadline for that. I'd done that before. I think that's where that's in Wisconsin. I think with Josh Secor. So I didn't make it for this year, but I need to get the list out and figure out all the times. So anyway, I'm done yakking. Hey, have yourself a very happy new year, a new happy homebrewing new year, and have a very, very go Capitals tonight. Go Vikings. Kirk Cousins, my old man, from the Redskins. Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.